Hey, what's up guys? This is MJ100K. Today we are going to change the tensioner and S-belt for a 2004 Toyota Camry 4-cylinder. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give the experts the high-level overview of what to do in this repair so they don't have to skip around the whole video and they can get out of here quick, fast, and in a hurry. Please hit the like button on the way out. But here we go. For the experts only. And this isn't necessarily in order, but you'll figure it out. To take the tension off of the tensioner, you could use a 19mm socket and a 1/2 drive ratchet to get the tension off. You're going to need to take that top mount off, dog bone looking mount at the top of the engine. You're going to need to take that off, and then you're going to need to jack up the whole vehicle, put it on jack stands, then take off the rim from the passenger side front tire. There's a cover behind it, take that cover off, and then there's a mount right there. And take the nut off the top of that mount, and then the bottom nut from the tensioner, you could take that off. That's a 14, and then there's a 14 at the top of the tensioner. You can get that with a 0-degree offset wrench, or you can go to the top and get it with a regular wrench. And then you can start to take the bolt out of the top of the tensioner, but it takes a while. And the problem is when you take that top bolt out, it's going to hit the frame of the vehicle. So what you're going to need to do is jack up the engine with a jack and a piece of wood, and jack it up until you can get that bolt out of the top of the tensioner. And then boom, you can take the tensioner off and put everything back together. Here are some torque specs that I found. Please verify them on your own. And boom, that's it. You know what to do after this. So look, I got you out of here quick, fast, and in a hurry. Please hit the like button on the way out. Also, please consider subscribing to the channel. We do lots of videos and lots of dorky mechanic humor. We do car repairs, car news, everything about cars. And that's it. See you later. Have fun. You should be able to get this done in about 20 minutes once you know all the secrets I just gave you. All right, for everybody else, here is the rest of the video, step by step. But first, my dorky mechanic theme song. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wrenches in my top drawer of my snap-on box. I think I'm missing. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pliers in my bottom drawer of my snap-on box. Get ready to fix some cars. Get ready to fix. Let's go. All right, so let's go through the repair a little bit slower for the people who haven't done this a million times. Here we go. So there is the dummy bolt. Mine is rounded off. The last time I did this repair like 5-6 years ago, I didn't use the right tool, but I got the right tool this time. Here we go. So go ahead and take that off. Those are 21mm, and the cover is held on by 10mm bolts. There we go. Get that out there. There we go. Now we can see what we're doing. No, this tensioner is harder than most tensioners, but if you know all the secrets from watching this video, you'll get this done in about 25 minutes. No problem. Spray everything down with PB Blaster because this is an old vehicle and we don't want to be breaking off any bolts or having any type of problem. So spray it down, let it soak in. Draw yourself a little picture. There we go. Before you take the belt off. Now my dummy bolt's rounded off, so I just cut the belt off because I am replacing the belt and the tensioner anyway, so I'm not really worried about it. See, my belt's got all kind of cracks. I put like over 100,000 miles on this belt. Always line them up, make sure they're the same size, the old belt and the new belt. 14mm will take these 3 bolts off. There we go. I'm going to get that dog bone mount off of the top, or strut control mount on, whatever they call it. So there we go. This would be a good time to replace that if it's getting old. So there you go. 14mm for the bottom bolt or the bottom nut for the tensioner. Just get that on out of there. And the top bolt, you could use a 0-degree offset wrench, or you could hit it from the top with a ratcheting wrench or whatever you got that'll fit in there. This one will take a little while. See, look, it hits the frame, so it won't come out. So that's why we have to jack the engine up. But it's not too hard. We got it. Don't worry. All right, 19mm for that top bolt for the mount, the side mount. There we go. Get that off. No problemo. Use a block of wood here before you get on that oil pan or you'll bend it up. You know, a lot of people don't know this, but I was the first person ever to use the block of wood when you're jacking up an oil pan. So that's my contribution to the world. I'm actually in the Mechanic Hall of Fame for that. That was my first invention. So there we go, look. Now you can get it out. See? Zippity-doo-dah. Zum-de-dum-da-dum. There it is. It's gone. Get out of here. Don't lose it, or you're going to be crying. All right. So now you can fish that out of there. Boom. Compare the new one to the old one. Always make sure they're the same. I got mine from the dealership. That's where you should get yours too. A lot of people are saying, see, and put the bolt on before you wiggle it down in there. That'll make it easier. A lot of people are saying in the industry that you should replace the tensioner every time you replace the belt because they match up. See, here we go. So I'm torquing this top one. I'm using a Latin torque spec called Just Righticus. But if you want to use the real torque spec, here it is. You could verify that in another place to make sure I'm right. There you go. Line those up. Let that come down nice and smooth, nice and slow. I tried to make it slow, but it plopped down anyway. It was a little bit slow. It's all right. It is on there. So there we go. Use your block of wood. You actually should be sending me a royalty if you use a block of wood because I invented that. So I'll let it go this time. Don't worry. So yeah, here you go. Latin torque spec of Just Righticus. But you could also use the real torque spec if you want to. If you want to be a nerd. All right, well, you're not a nerd. It's good to torque stuff if you have a torque wrench. There you go. But yeah, I'm just showing you my little picture again. I put the sun in there. So yeah, you see, look, I got this tool. It grabs it. Look at that. I just got that and I love it. So there you go. When you're putting it on, make sure everything's lined up. Do the water pump last, and this is a tight squeeze, but you could do it. Just make sure you got that 1/2-inch drive ratchet, and they want you to depress it 3 times before you finish up to get the air out. That was the directions on there, so I did it. You should follow the directions. Directions are there for a reason, people. All right, so double check, make sure everything is looking good in your neighborhood. Put your dog bone back. Boom-a-doom-a-doom, boom. This is actual speed. All right, here you go. There's another torque spec for you. If you don't want to use the Latin torque spec. If you're too cool, all right, throw everything on the ground like I did. That helps. So there you go. Double check again. Be a mechanic or be a checker. Make sure you check stuff. There you go. Now it's on there nice and perfect. Oh my God. And the installation was free. Oh yeah. Thumbs up. All right, bye. Have a good one.